Hi guys. We're going to jump right into creating a post. Yesterday we created your actual blog. Today we're going to create your actual posts. This is where we get to have a little more fun. We'll get started with thinking like a scientist. We'll explore your Q focus questions and get a little more in depth. If you take a look at the blog instructions page, it's bloginstructions.blogspot.com. You can go there to follow along, or you can just listen. It says that you will be at the Blogger interface. That means when you've logged on to your Blogger dashboard, it pops up like this, or you can see if you've got an art blog or a photography blog, then it will look something like this. So remember I said I have lots of different blogs. You may have more than one, but here's where yours is. And this is where we'll go to create a new post. It's really easy. It's easy to drag and drop things into it, like pictures or images. So you'll click on the orange button that has the pencil on it, or maybe it's a pen, I don't know. But we'll wait till it pulls up, and you can follow along with me. Okay, and then here's where we're going to post. So I want to familiarize you with a couple of things on this page. Here's your stuff that you would normally see either in Google Docs or in Microsoft Word. You can insert a video here. If you hover over, you can kind of see what things do. You can insert an image here. You can insert a page break. You can change the alignment of things, numbers, bullets, add a quotation or remove formatting, spell check. And this is going to be important. Remember, we talked about professional communication. We don't want any misspellings if we're communicating with people globally or other educators or other students across the nation or the globe. So make sure that we're checking our work, we're checking our spelling. No reason to not have something spelled correctly. You can change the font, but I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time on it, but you can spend some time on it. You can change the size of it, you can make it a heading, a subheading, a minor heading. These things are already kind of differentiated. So you'll be in the compose setting. And if I wanted to start here, where every post is going to have three components. It's going to have an I wonder, an I found, and your citation. And it's always going to be in APA format. So I wonder is going to be your Q focus question. And I can remember somebody's who said, I want to know if cheetahs would run faster if they were fed more meat. Okay, and then I might blog a little bit about that. So what do you, kind of like a journal entry. If anyone's ever kept a journal before, this is kind of where you'll get to talk, sort of. This is where your voice comes through. So I want to know if cheetahs would run faster if they were fed more meat. Cheetahs are really okay. And this is just a little example. I'm going to want you to write a pretty good sized paragraph, and I'll show you my example blog here in a minute. I'm sure you visited it, or you can visit it when you get time. But I want to know a little bit about why you wonder. Why are you wondering? What are you thinking? That's where the I wonder goes. And then the I found is when you're going to go out on the web and you're going to find something. So why do cheetahs run fast? Okay, so I'm going to search some questions, or I'm going to start searching to answer my question or answer my topic. So I've got ThompsonSafaris.com, How Stuff Works, Lundalazi.com says it's a private game reserve website. Private game reserve is kind of like not a zoo, but kind of. It's got a YouTube video that might be updated by or uploaded by the Discovery lists. Discovery sounds kind of legitimate. Highlights, Wiki Answers. Now this one's going to be a little bit less legitimate. This is probably not going to be the first one that I'm going to run to. Get it? Run. That I'm going to run to find answers. Or Ask.com. but maybe curiosity.discovery talks about biodiversity and evolution. So maybe this would be a good website, but I'd steer clear of the Wiki Answers or the ask.com ones. But some of these other ones seem kind of legitimate. So I'm going to click on How Stuff Works. I know it has a ton of information on pretty much everything. Now let's see what pulls up here. So it talks about a Corvette and how fast that is. Talks about the Ferrari Enzo. And then it talks about the Cheetah, which seems to be faster than both of them, which is pretty impressive. So a Cheetah is faster than even we can engineer. So I would read here, I would learn a little bit about it, and then I'm going to come back to my blog. Okay, I might really like one of these pictures that it shows. Ooh, there's a video I could watch. But I'm going to try to take this picture. So I'm going to click, drag, and drop. Remember how you can drag and drop into a Google Doc? You can do the same thing with Blogger most of the time. So now I can post this picture with my blog. I think it's pretty interesting, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I found. So I found a link that talked about how Cheetahs are even faster than Ferraris and, what did it say? Corvettes. Okay, this is all your own work. None of this is plagiarized. None of this is copy and pasted. We are going to cite our sources, but none of it, hear me on that, none of it is copy and pasted. This is all your own work. This is all your own blogging. And then we'll work on citations in APA style tomorrow, a little bit tomorrow, okay? So this is really what I want you to have done by the end of today. I want you to think about the I wonder and the I found part of things. You can include pictures, you can try to import a video here. You can format it however you'd like. If you go to my website, or my blog, which is, oh, one more thing, sorry. You're going to insert the link. I'm going to copy that link so I don't lose it. And where it says I found a link, I'm going to highlight that, hit the link button, paste it here where it says to what URL should this link go, and then I'm going to hit OK. So now when I post it, I can get back to that link pretty easily just by clicking right here. And that helps us, and that helps people who are commenting so they can maybe explore more. Alrighty, so let's go out and check mine. It is Miss Herbert TLAS.blogspot.com. And again, you can use mine for an example, but this is my own work, so I would ask you to not plagiarize my work as well. So I titled it the Q Focus question. I started with my I wonder. You can see where I was, what I was talking about, how I was journaling, how I was talking it's kind of personable. It's professional, but it still has my voice in it. And then I had my I found this link. See, I can take you out to the website that I found just by clicking on the link. It's really easy. And I found a website that's maybe a little bit less legitimate, but it had a lot of good information that I wanted to include. This is also where I lifted the pictures from. It did a good job at explaining things to me. And now I can go out and find some more evidence-based research. Anyway, if we go back to the blog, alright, you can see what I found, how I talked about it, what it looked like. You can see the picture that I lifted from there, a picture of my own that I included. If you have a way to upload pictures of your own into Google Drive, you can insert pictures that are relevant. Like I said, outside my house in Lexington, remember we talked about professional and not sharing private information? Number one, I don't live there anymore. Number two, Lexington is a really big city. And this doesn't have any identifying information, so that's why that picture was okay. So make sure that we're careful in how we post. Okay, so thinking about the norms and the expectations that we went over yesterday. Alrighty, so it is your turn. If you will go ahead, log on, airplane mode if you aren't already, and start your first post. So get ready to think like a scientist.